Hey Marlon, ready to go out?
I don't want to go out.
But Marlon, what are you gonna do staying home again for like 6 days in a row?
I hate going out.
But if you don't go out, how are you gonna meet people?
I don't want to meet people. I don't like people, in fact.
Would you like to be alone for the rest of your life?
Yes, I
But
do.
forget about that. Enjoy time. Let's dance.
My
Get it
time,
on.
the way I enjoy time is staying at home.
You know, sometimes if you step out of your comfort zone, you never know. Things could
I
happen.
don't like stepping out of my comfort zone.
Well, you know what? I know that or apples and oranges, but we can mix sometimes.
Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever.
No, it's whatever. Good morning, Optimites, and happy Monday. Welcome to June.
I just got whatever on June like on my face a few seconds ago, but that's alright.
Just so you know, these aren't planned. That was just something came over me, and it just happened. Damn, the inner person comes out sometimes. Okay, yes. So today's topic will be, guess what? Differences. I'm sure you guys all can relate to this. We're not all made the same. If we were, how boring would life be?
Hi.
Just one thing before we begin. Do you want to clarify? Do you really like staying home 6 days a week?
Not really.
Just to make it clear, because you're probably like, I'm like Marlon, and
Just,
you know. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, probably they'd be shocked to know I'm the one that actually likes to stay home sometimes to recharge and not out all the time. Because, a balance is good sometimes.
I just like my wine and some steak. Sorry to the vegans out there. I still do eat steak, guys.
You eat steak, tomato. Okay, so, as we ease into our topic, you've learned things about us.
Celebrating our differences.
Yes. Okay. What? You're giving me a look. What are you looking at me?
So in this topic, guys, we basically want to reassure you guys that there is differences between us, right? Clearly between me and Alvin.
No.
But that's why the world is beautiful, right? Because you have all kinds of contrast and color and personalities and looks, and they're all beautiful. I mean, hell, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit of a shopaholic, and if I go to somewhere and I'm like, oh my god, I like this shirt, I like this shirt, I like this shirt.
I had no idea. Style, it makes you happy.
So I think that the most important thing is to learn how to like cultivate that and appreciate that from each other, like how we can appreciate, like I can appreciate Alvin being like funny and outspoken, right? I'm usually more like quiet. People in fact think that I'm a snob. Right? Because
they used to think I was a snob.
In reality, it's not that I'm not social. I like being social, but I'm a quiet social. So
Yeah.
people tend to take my quietness and seriousness as I'm a snob.
That's
like,
true.
I don't want to talk to you because I'm too good to even hang out with you, right?
That's an accurate statement, for sure.
So Alvin, if you can expand on this.
No, for sure. I think your statement there, I mean, point number one, how many of you go out and people have a different perception of who you think that you are? Like, I remember when I first moved there, I've had people come to me recently saying they thought that I was this person like this. And I'm like, what gave you that impression? And they said, well, you were different back then. I said, well, it's called evolution, learning, being new to an environment, all of that. I brought the differences where I came from. And I think that's something people forget. You come from so much that you're coming to this new environment, thought process, values, culture, all of that. It's an adjustment. So that's what it was. And I'm sure you could relate to that.
As you have here on point number 2 is listen and take the time to process. To me, the way I relate to that is don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because if you're judging the book by its cover and you don't actually read it, then how in the world are you gonna know what the book is about, right? So you can't really judge a person just by their appearance or just by the way they talk or the way they speak or the way they walk, right? I mean, take it from me. If my friends didn't get to know me, or if you were to judge me, I'll put myself as an example. You'll think that I'm like this, like, oh, there comes Marlon, right? So you can't judge the book by its covers. That's how I relate to it. Take time to get to know the person, or take time to get to know the culture. take time to get to know the processes, take time to get to know all of those difference, and then cultivate that. And then as point number 3, you have on this topic, Alvin, you have adjust, adapt, and move forward. So what do we mean by that?
I didn't know he was gonna write that.
What?
I'll explain after.
Adjust, adapt, and move forward. So in other words, what can you adjust in order for you to be able to cultivate that culture, in order for you to cultivate that difference with somebody else, right? What can you adjust in your inside, right? What can you adapt, right? If it's something that is completely out of reach, completely, then you have to adapt into it, right? You have to give in. Again, like even like I always say this over and over: work relationships, friendships, partnerships, business relationships. It's all you give, I give, you give, I give, right?
It's a two-way street.
Correct. So, and then if you're able to adjust and adapt, then you can go ahead and move forward, right? Because now you're no longer stuck feeling that you don't understand what your surroundings are like. Now you actually understand them, you can appreciate it, and you keep walking forward, right? And keep learning as you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alvin, do you have anything as you can expand on that?
Oh, absolutely. To explain why I was laughing from point number 2, just to rewind for a minute. Point number 2 was because when you said sometimes you need to take time to digest or process. So I was laughing because 2 years ago I moved down to South Florida. Last year was the year of COVID lockdown for at least us down here. I had an entire year to be locked in by myself for the most part and process everything. So the person that was met 2 years ago it makes sense. It's not the same person walking out of COVID. Like I said, if you walk out of COVID the same way as you enter, what did you learn? That's what I'm thinking about. So that's something we're going to discuss in the next future topic. And then the third point was the adapt, adjust, move forward. So this one is a very sensitive, hits home topic. To simplify it, I will say that I have heard this expression before, and it was in a setting where I feel both sides were not understood. And it works if you take the time to do what Marlon outlined, but it takes 2 to do that. If it's 1, it isn't, and that's where I was going with that.
Like they always say, it takes 2 to tango, right?
We can tango next time. We'll do a poll. Do you want to see us tango? Okay, I'm curious to see those results, actually. So stay tuned. Go on.
So with that being said, guys, we just wanted to do this little video for, to be able to help you open up your mind to be okay. As we're currently now coming out of lockdown and you're again being social again, and I know some people it's gonna be a culture shock again because you've been locked down, right?
It was for me.
So now you're coming out of your shell and you're like, oh my God, I forgot how the actual world was. All of these different kinds of people with different beliefs, with different looks, with different, all of this contrast.
Yeah.
Right? So with that said, guys, we just wanted to make this little video as to what you should be mindful of when you head out there and you encounter these differences. Just be open-minded, be appreciative, and learn to adapt and learn to discover the difference in people and learn to appreciate them.
And I just want to say to our audience, if you could write to us and let us know what are some of the differences that you feel that you're challenged with, that no matter what you do with these issues just keep coming up, or something that's recurrent that you're struggling with. Write to us, let us know. We'll take your feedback, and we can always do another video where we address them. We're very open to that. So is there anything else you want to add?
No.
So we hope you enjoy this video. Again, we're kickstarting a brand new month, and in order to make it even better than last month, this is what we're planting in your minds. So stay tuned to next week for a brand new video. Please like, share, subscribe, and we appreciate your feedback.
And if you don't like and subscribe, I'm just gonna do a little snub with you like that.
Should I go back to 2 years ago?
Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.